welcome to Launch It Like Linny. T20 and power hitting we're going to talk about today. In the BBL, it is so important. As a coach, I love it. As a fan, I love it. And we've got the great man with us today, Chrislynn. Welcome, mate.
Thanks, Woofer. Thanks for having me.
Now, we've got 3 tips to go through today about T20 power hitting. There's nothing more exciting than you launching into the Gabba stands or anywhere around the world. Can you give the kids some tips?
Yeah, look, tip number 1, I think it's actually the most important, and it's keeping your head still. It's something that you can say that's so easy, but a lot of kids move around, and what I find is if I'm facing up, if I get a little bit lazy, I might lean over, so head nice and still and eyes level. That gives myself the best advantage to see the line and the length of the ball.
Tip 2.
Tip 2, strong base. So I believe most of my power comes from my legs up. So when I'm facing up, especially against fast bowlers, I like a nice wide stance to give me that power. But more importantly, when I'm making contact with the ball, 2 feet are on the ground. Because as I said earlier, the power comes from your legs up through your core and then through your arms.
Now, does that matter if it's a fast bowler or a spin bowler?
Not so much with the spinners. I think when you're facing spin, you just want to be comfortable. I think just because of the nature of the slower bowlers, you've got more time to move your feet, move around the crease or whatever you want to do. But particularly against the fast bowlers where I go a nice, stronger base. But yeah, it's something I'm working on.
Oh, good. We always like that. And tip 3.
Tip 3, think straight. So more of a game awareness thing. So I like to think when I'm batting, always think straight because that gives me the opportunity to score 360 degrees. The moment I'm thinking hitting over square leg or point first, I find I can't access the ball straight and just gives me much more chance to score 360 degrees.
And is that because of the Gabba short straight for our viewers?
Yeah, because of the Gabba, there is one short boundary, but I just like the fact that no matter how fast they bowl, and it's an intimidation factor if I can smack the fast bowlers over their heads. So it's something that's always worked for me, and I think it allows me to keep my head still as well, which is tip number 1. So always think straight first, and if you do that, and if you do get one on your hip or out wide, you then can access square of the wicket.
Well, there we have it, kids. Tip 1, again, head still, eyes level, making sure you're watching the ball. Tip 2, strong base for both spin and quicks. And then step 3, think straight first and foremost. But pretty good insight in how to power hit in the BBL from our captain, Chrislynn. So hopefully one day, if you follow those tips, follow them really well and play well, enjoy the game, you'll end up batting alongside Chrislynn. Thanks very much, Linny.
Thanks, mate.